There is no doubt that Star Citizen of 3.18 had a difficult launch, that is for sure, and perhaps this could have been avoided if there had been more testers trying the game on a more regular basis in the PTU phase, but that is of course, well, another debate for another day. However, to make this happen, I do believe that the game should be, there should be some intensive for players who do try the PTU. And when I see what Cloud Imperial Games did recently with their 3.18 Test Universe Champions, I think that this is heading both toward the right direction, but I also believe that it is done in the wrong way, in my opinion, because what they are doing right now is they are picking some of the top 3 testers for several criteria, reclaiming, for example, reclaimers, racing, cargo hauling, drug dealing, as well as reporting issues in the issue council, which I think is great, but I think that this is perhaps not the best way to reward players here, because by doing so you only reward a few players on bases that seem a little bit arbitrary. There's no data about what they did, how much they did, the time that they spent, and I think that it could have been done a little bit better in the way that could perhaps encourage other players who don't necessarily have so much time, maybe hours and hours every day to try the PTU, but at least can try the PTU every day for maybe just a couple of hours, right? So I think that the best way to reward players, in my opinion, would have been to give incentives based on how many hours they spend in the PTU, and that would have been done in Alpha UEC. And that way you don't necessarily give ships with the LTI, because of course we cannot give ships to everybody, right? But at least I think that rewarding players for their time with a criteria, for example, let's say that you spend 10 hours in the PTU, then you get 10,000 Alpha UEC, and you spend 100 hours in the PTU, then it's 100,000 Alpha UEC, just to give an example, right? And then maybe if you are number 1 for X amount of criteria, then perhaps you get a free ship. But that's here the problem that I see with the situation, or I would say maybe the system that Cloud Imperial Games have put in place, is that it only rewards those who are the most committed. But again, I don't think it's fair, because the majority of player base do not have such time to spend in the verse, unfortunately, and especially not in the PTU. And that is not, in my opinion, the way that you bring as many people in the verse as possible. By doing such rewards, yeah, you encourage the hardcore players, those who have the most free time, to spend more time in the PTU. Yes, that's true, but at the same time, I think that it's going to have the opposite effect. It's going to discourage those who do not have so much time, you know, those who have a family, those who have a job, like me, for example, right? And unfortunately, these players are being left out by this system. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below, do you have any other suggestion for how Cloud Imperial Games should reward players for taking part in the PTU? Should players be rewarded for taking part in the PTU in the first place? That's also something that I would like you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. Alright, that is all for this video. I just wanted to give my own opinion here on the matter, and I really hope that by spreading the word, perhaps Cloud Imperial Games will reconsider their incentive program by being more inclusive. I think that's very important. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much to my Patreons and YouTube members, including Dr. Robin Wolf, Papag Zero Crusher, and Deplorable Infidel. Go check out the link down below for this month's giveaway as well. I've been Erad. I'll see you guys later.